Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com, voiceofruralamerica.com. Good morning. A little cold outside today, Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, Wednesday. Get the hell out of my country Wednesday. Taco Tuesday. You know, um, I'm wondering, Ken, I have high hopes. I really do. I really do. I have high hopes. Much like you, I love my country. Uh, we know the deterioration that has taken place, and that's the nicest way to put it. Can Trump turn this aircraft carrier around? Can he get this us on the right track? Has China excelled to a point that, unbeknownst to us, we have to enter into some kind of peace treaty with China to exist? That's not a joke. I mean, because yesterday, I watched this right here. I watched this right here. I watched number one, and I've watched it for months. And you have too. Good morning, Diane. We'll talk about the confirmation hearings in a minute. We'll talk about the deportations. We'll talk about that on all just a minute. But I watched Microsoft go down. Bill Gates, still calling Microsoft, but Bill Gates go down to Mar-a-Lago. Zuckerberg, Bezos, the guy from Google, Elon Musk, Apple, Tim Cook, every last one of them, Sam Altman, Chat GPT, OpenAI. And I watched the Nvidia stock go through the roof last year. Now, I never come on here. I'm your host, BKP. I don't come on here, and I do not attempt to really do financial news. When I say it's out of my wheelhouse, I don't try to break it down. I leave that to David Cross and others out there on what's really happening financially around the world. But I watched Nvidia stock grow last year to this enormous number. And I know these chips, for the most part, a lot of them are coming out of Taiwan. And I know China has Taiwan surrounded, whether we believe that or not, they have it surrounded. And I know Joe Biden said he put the CHIPS Act in place because I remember, seems like it was just yesterday, we could not get vehicles, right? Supply chain problems. We could not get vehicles on the lots because our manufacturers could not get a chip to put in. Remember that? I mean, remember Ford had so many trucks sitting because they could not get the chip to put in that was necessary. And I watched all that and I said, something, when I say explode, something explodes sooner or later. Because China has maneuvered. I don't know if all of us, including myself, are truly aware of just how deep Obama, Biden, the Clintons, the list goes on, but just how deep the sellout, George W., George H., the CIA, I'm not for sure we're sitting here today and acknowledge just how deep we are into China, and I don't mean just our national debt, what they've done in Africa, what they've done around the world, the deals they've made in South America, and where China's concerned. I just want to put this out there because I live in hope. I'm an optimistic person. But is it too little too late? And I'm just saying that, putting it out there. So I watched these guys all go down there, and then I watched a mad dash for AI, and I watched Sam Altman and what's the other guy, the company there. I watched this mad dash to get, is it David Sachs, the AI czar, crypto czar or whatever. I watched this mad dash to get something moving here. And I don't know if people know the damage that's been done. I've always said that the TikTok was a smokescreen of what China was really up to. So yesterday, and I want to get out of this. We're gonna get into it a little further in the show. But yesterday, give me number, is it 4? Yeah, give me number 4. China released their AI model, DeepSeek. All right. Nvidia lost $600 billion. Give me number 5. Biggest market loss in history. Nvidia's stock sheds nearly $600 billion as DeepSeek shakes AI darling. Number 6, Nvidia's stock slashes nearly $600 billion in market value. So yesterday, and I understand the market is calm this morning, maybe some recovery, but number 16, hi, I'm DeepSeek. How can I help you today? The wake-up call. China's AI released. So I want to go a little further into that, but before I get to Taco Tuesday, and some people all upset because they I've heard people are upset they raided the fish market. People are upset that they may go to construction sites. People are upset that they raiding businesses. Folks, this may be the price that we have to pay to save this country. This may be the price we have to pay. I mean, we got some options. We can move right along and make deals with Mexico, let them take over, and let Canada come down and take over as they have, and let them continue to ship anything into this country they want. Leave the border open. We have the option to leave the border open. Let them continually flood in here. When I hear somebody said, but I thought they were going to just go after the bad people that are here. The cartels are operating, my understanding, in all 50 states, maybe a couple states, But they're operating in my state in Georgia. They're operating in your state. The cartels are operating. Let me ask you a question while it's Taco Tuesday. Do you really need 6 Mexican restaurants in your little town? Do you? Why are there 6 Mexican restaurants in your little town? Right? Why? Because the people that own the corporate chain restaurants, they understand the amount of volume they have to have. They understand the amount of alcohol they have to sell, how many tables they have to turn an hour, what percents, their money, everything is electronic, computerized. They understand they have to seat so many people an hour to have a profit. But when you're in an area that you have 6 Mexican restaurants, and some days they could be full, but on a lot of days only third. Why? Okay. So that being said, let me move into one story I want to do. What's coming across this border? What's coming across this border? Diane, give me number. Oh, by the way, number 40 and then 41 and 42. Google Maps will rename. They will rename it Gulf of America. They're going to rename it 41. And there you go. Google to update maps to show Gulf of America and Mount McKinley after Trump made the change. And then give me 42. Here is Google's announcement. We've received a few questions about naming within Google Maps. They will be applying the new names. It won't be very long. So let me make sure. Here you go. Number 70. And the reason I bring this up first, and we will get into Pete Hegseth, we will get into border, we will get into the raids. But the reason I bring this up first is, Trump can't get his administration in place and his cabinet in place, and there's pushback. And you got Susan Collins, and you have Lisa Murkowski and Mitch McConnell. Now, Mitch McConnell's family, right, heavy into the old Chinese shipping. Okay, they have a company. The wife is tied to a family business that Mitch McConnell understands freight coming from China into this country. And Mitch McConnell will do anything along with his family to protect that. He will do anything he can to make sure that China can run freight through the Panama Canal. Mitch McConnell has known these are anti-American people. These are people that need arrested and tried for treason and prosecuted and sent to Gitmo. I'm serious, that have sold this country out. You see, Trump is trying. I'm hopeful, okay? I'm not going to attack Donald J. Trump. I sit here today and I look at the camera and I believe Donald J. Trump loves this country. I really do. I think if he can, if it's possible, he will try to restore the republic and turn this, aircraft carrier around and go in another direction. But you have to understand, Mitch McConnell, Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, all of these people across the country, they have stolen trillions of dollars from you. Trillions of dollars. Trillions of dollars they have stolen. They're so corrupt. And they don't care what comes in this country. These politicians know, Mitch McConnell, they know the Panama Canal. Now, the reason I say this is the Panama Canal, without going around the southern tip of South America, is the best route to the LA port. Now, I don't know what I'm about to say, true or false, if it came through the Panama Canal. But Pete Buttigieg, right, transportation secretary, no longer, the damage these people have done. Remember the supply chain issue out there in California. Remember that? The supply chain. They had you believing that if they didn't do several corrupt things, that your kids would not have Christmas toys. Remember that? The supply, you won't have Christmas toys. China will not be able to get their corrupt stuff here on time to you for your children to have a Merry Christmas. So, because I don't think, when I say the average American that's going to work this morning and trying everything to do the right thing, pay your taxes, pay your car payment, pay the insurance that is enormous, pay your doctor bills, pay your copay, buy your prescriptions, buy tires for your kid's car, get your kids their first, all the above. The honest, good, hardworking Americans that are out there this morning are not aware of what's coming into this country and how dangerous it is. Now, you have to go, when you ship through the Panama Canal. Trump is correct. The media, the left media that should be down in Gitmo, and I'm going to show you something in a minute, I promise. I'm getting to my point of why I'm opening this way. The media is freaking out that Trump is once the first president in how long that wants to expand America's territory. Expansion. And then every freaking day, they want to talk about, in 5 days, second week, the price of a dozen eggs. They want to say a price of a dozen eggs when they know good and well that they whooped this whole bird flu up. Yeah, they have it ready. They have it on the shelf. Let's see, bird flu right there. But everything this media talks about, the deep state corporate corrupt media, everything they talk about is, well, Trump promised to bring prices down, and Trump said he would bring the price of eggs down. And that's what Americans really wanted. Right? That's what they really wanted. Price of eggs down, bacon down, groceries, apples. That's what they wanted immediately. When they know good and well, and then they attack Trump because Trump wants the Panama Canal back. He says, you know what? China owns the companies that control the ports of entry into the Panama Canal. I believe the media should be independent. I do. And I do believe they should be unbiased, independent, and report truthfully. But am I wrong? I still think no matter what, there should be a level of patriotism, and that patriotism in anything should be, if it harms my country, if it's damaging to my country, if it harms people in my country, I don't know. So what they call the media, this evil media, They are reporting how Donald Trump wants to take over the Panama Canal, and it's not true, but it is. Everything Trump is telling you is true. These ships have to go through the Panama Canal. Now, Diane, 9 indicted in $200 million counterfeit and illegal products smuggling operation at the port out there in LA, right? At the port. Here is video 4. Give me video 4.
People are facing charges accused of smuggling scheme involving China and the ports of LA and Long Beach. Officials say the defendants worked with partners in China, operating a criminal network smuggling more than $200 million worth of goods into the U.S. The defendants are accused of bringing in chemicals, counterfeit merchandise, drugs, and food by working with truck drivers and local warehouses and using counterfeit U.S. Border Patrol seals.
Members of the conspiracy would open up and cut those seals, take out the contraband contained in those shipping containers, and ultimately put a new counterfeit seal on the containers and then pass them to CBP for inspection.
A 9th defendant is believed to have orchestrated the scheme. He has not been arrested and is believed to be in China. If convicted, defendants could face up to 20 years in prison.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown.
All right, so the guy there, I want to play a longer clip before we go into this. Yeah, China bringing goods in, smuggling goods in, right? Now, let me tell you something. They don't load anything on these cargo ships in China that they don't know about. No. Coming through the Panama Canal, going to the port. Go ahead and give me video 1.
Shipments arrived at the port here in Long Beach and Los Angeles. U.S. Customs and Border Protection would direct, as part of their normal process, that some of those containers go to secondary inspection. Those secondary inspection sites are a short distance from the port. Instead of taking the containers from the port to those secondary inspection sites, members of the scheme, including the corrupt truck drivers, would instead take the contraband shipments to off-site warehouses. At those warehouses, according to the indictment, members of the conspiracy would open up and cut those seals, take out the contraband contained in those shipping containers, and ultimately put a new counterfeit seal on the containers and then pass them to CBP for inspection. Members of the scheme would then have the containers, now smuggled with the illegal goods, inspected by CBP, and they presented them just like they had come straight from the port complex.
So when you ship something from another country, once it's been inspected for shipping and placed on one of those freight liners, all right, cargo ships, those big containers, they are sealed. There's a seal put on those, all right, that is not to be tampered with. And when they get to, this is how corrupt this was, when they get to the port, and I'll grant you these are going through the Panama Canal, this is a $200 million operation. That's just what they're aware of, all right? So when they go, Pete Buttigieg, thank God we had Pete Buttigieg in there. And when they go to the Panama Canal and they're loaded in China with drugs, all kinds of different things coming into this country. When they come off, they know, this goes all the way back to China, they know which cargo boxes to send to the secondary site for inspection. on purpose. They take these cargo boxes to the secondary site, pop those seals, get the drugs off, get the illegal contraband that's coming into this country from China out, reseal the box, and then take it to the next location as though it's been properly inspected. They ship things through the southern border. They ship things through our port. They hack our Treasury Department. They hack our telecom communications. They launch an AI program that blows everything we're working on out of the water for the current time. Oh, by the way, as soon they float balloons over our country, they fly drones over our military bases, they own our meat processing plants, they own farmland all across this country, they own businesses within this country. You will not do business in China. No one does business in China. Google, Apple, no one in the world does business in China that China does not put a member of the Chinese Communist Party on your board or inside your company. You have to relinquish a percentage of your company to the Chinese Communist Party to operate in China. I hope like hell you understand what Trump's up against. I hope you know and you understand the damage that's been done to this country. And there's some cost. Why, you realize if we put these tariffs on China, my TV will go up $35. You realize if we take over the Panama Canal and China can't float this crap through there to LA, a pair of shoes will go from $75 to $88. I am so tired of that being the reason we can't save the country. No, I don't want to pay more. No, we're Americans. We're strapped for cash. Most of us in America are strapped trying to pay the bills. So no, we can't afford more. But do understand the damage that's been done to our country. You got Joe Biden pardoned. I keep hearing about the damn J6. I am so tired of hearing about these damn J6. When Joe Biden pardoned, how many was it? 8,000? There's like 8,000 pardons that went through Joe Biden. I had it here a minute ago. I don't know if I cropped it out or not. Give me 47. Nvidia no longer world's most valuable company as chip maker loses $600 billion. Number 48. Here it is, number 48. This is all the hell these damn people talk about. They won't shut the hell up. January 6th, damning statistics reveal how TV networks obsess over January 6th. They shut the hell up. They want you to believe that these people in this gulag or whatever it is down there, this prison in D.C., it's solitary confinement and terrible conditions, that is the major problem in this country, 49. And Trump pardoned them. And then Trump had the damn nerve to pardon pro-life pro-life activists that the Department of Justice singled out, went after, and threw in jail. Now, let me tell you why I'm really ticked. My ass is really ticked off this morning. Because China has taken over the damn house. We gave them the damn keys. And the January 6th, I reported it here. These other damn people don't say a damn word about it. They don't talk about it. They don't give a shit. China has raped us all across this country, every single thing we have. Mexico floated all this shit in there, and somebody called me up. Well, they're raiding a business. Mexico, all this crap coming across the border. Kids with fentanyl. We got fentanyl. I mean, I get a phone call. 16-year-old is dead. I think it's suspicious. They want you to believe he slipped in the tub, or he or she slipped in the tub and bumped their head. Fentanyl death everywhere across this country. Women raped, women murdered, people killed. Our children are not secure. But God knows, don't let anything happen to your damn taco, okay? Don't let your damn taco go from 99 cents to $1.25. Joe Biden, let me just tell you, you know what, it really gets me. And the thing that gets me is these people should be in prison, damn it. This guy, they won't shut up about J6. And I'm going to get out of this because I knew this was going to happen because I was watching that story and I keep hearing, I don't give a daggone if what's his name doesn't work at CNN anymore. And I don't care. I don't get into I'm not a storm chaser and I'm not a grifter and I don't get into the drive-by emotional 15-second news cycle, okay? Over the course of his presidency, Biden issued 8,064 pardons, including preemptive, the whole January 6th committee. The whole January 6th committee. Even members of his family, his whole family, the committee. Now, as I close this up, and what really angers me, remember, I brought this to you on 2 different days. The January 6th was the largest investigation in the history of this country. Merrick Garland used our Department of Justice. Now they're all freaking out. Oh, Trump's firing these people. Oh, Trump's firing them, and they have civil servant protection. Here's your civil servant protection. Trump's firing them. What the hell? I don't give a damn. Trump's firing them. Fire all of them. Clean the whole damn place out. If they work for Jack Smith, they're gone. They're fired. Oh my God, I can't believe that. The Department of Justice in this country, while we have been totally just stripped of everything from China, every damn thing's come through that southern border. All the above, from our ports to our airports, ships, planes, balloons, drones, the Darien Gap, everything. Our Department of Justice, every single field office. J6 was the largest investigation in the history of the whole entire department. Every single field office in the FBI was tied up. They had agents tied up. Every field office in this country had agents tied up looking for you, tied up looking for moms and dads at the Board of Education, tied up looking for somebody, facial recognition, that may have walked on the Capitol steps that day, tied up looking for someone that may have bought or purchased a gun within 100 miles of the Capitol that day. Same thing with the attorneys. Every single Department of Justice, every federal office across this country had agents tied up, attorneys tied up, looking for you. We got them coming in through the Panama Canal. We got them coming in through the freight ships to China and all the above. But you know what? They're over there soiling their undergarments because, you know what? They're over there soiling their undergarments because of, I have one right here. I want to get this one, and then I want to get out because it's really, I don't want to lose. I don't want to totally. Where's the one in the Justice Department? Give me number 10. Trump administration to investigate January 6 prosecutors. And then number 8, DOJ cleanout. All right, so when we come back, I can't believe Fetterman is my legislator of the day. Again. I might just do the whole John Fetterman hour. Let's take a break, and then we'll talk about the deportation flights and some of the raids that are going on, and Pete Hegseth's first day on the job and who has confirmation hearings. Take a break.